And welcome to the corner. I'm the Frosted Glass, and I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages, Jack Gunsky. Now, damn it, I have the thing set up so they can't hear you again. uh, that's our A material, and it's all down the drain now.
all my random non sequiturs about jelly beans, and you fucked it up. You son of a bitch.
All right, now they can hear you.
Okay.
All right, Moonshock,
There's always room for Jello.
Terry Diamantis,
Hello.
and this week's special guest, Ranting Monkey.
I have no strong opinions on jelly beans.
Yeah, they're all right, except for
Jelly beans are awesome.
except for
Only
the
the green
licorice
ones.
ones or whatever.
God, no. Ugh.
I will even eat the occasional licorice jelly bean.
Ew.
No, thank you.
We cannot be
Yeah.
friends.
No. Yeah, you're fired.
All right. So we'll start tonight with our first article. Somebody tell Biden interracial couples on commercials does not make America less racist.
What a waste of a perfectly good ginger.
Yeah, I did it. All right. White people feel uncomfortable with black love and they miss the point of representation.
Wait.
Huh?
What the shit do interracial couples on commercials have to do with the sitting president?
Everything.
Well, let's
What kind of
find out.
commercials are they watching?
That black love, man. It's a lowercase b too. So
You know that commercial with the white chick sitting on the couch surrounded by black guys? It's that commercial.
Love.
so is this woman right there in that picture thinking, you ever get that not so black feeling?
I mean, she looks like someone off camera has a gun pointed at her.
I'm just so
That's what love looks like.
This is what love looks like.
I'm just so tired of commercials pandering to the social justice crap. I mean, for the love of God, gay couples do not exist in real life with this statistical frequency. Just saying. It's all gotten so very disproportionate. I'm sorry to tell you this, but white people still are the majority in the country.
But I think the thing you've got to take into account is you can only be gay if you are attracted to someone of the same gender. That happened a lot more often when there was only two.
Yeah.
If you live,
You know the odds of finding someone of the same gender now?
Exactly.
guess what? If you aim to have 100% minorities in every single facet of life, then there will be no room for the majority.
That's what they want.
Because they have to work too, and they have to help out too. Guess what? Doing a job is necessarily helping the greater cause. Doing a productive job is helping society as a whole, and you're saying what? White people, straight white men aren't allowed to help society? What?
Correct.
No.
We live in a
that is
society.
absolutely correct. Yes.
Sorry. Keep going.
During the 100-year commemoration of the Tulsa Race Massacre, Biden visited the town of Greenwood to make a speech. First, he addressed the pain and hardship of black survivors and their descendants. Then, after the dust settled, Biden refused to get on board. According to Politico, Biden privately told lawmakers not to expect much on reparations legislation.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing in any given day anyway.
No fucking reparations is political suicide. Are you kidding me?
And then he found out those lawmakers were actually oscillating fans.
Mm-hmm.
However, I will...
It's only political suicide if you actually care what the people vote for. And I think there's grounds to see that they don't.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to give an inordinate amount of money to a small section of the population who never experienced any sort of systemic racism within their lifetime, except that which we made up off the top of our heads?
Yes.
However, I will leave that for others to pontificate about. Biden has never wholeheartedly supported reparations like former presidential candidate Julian Castro did when he announced his presidential run. In an attempt not to polarize wayward Republicans, moderate Democrats rarely support any form of restorative justice, which puts power directly in the hands of black people.
Restorative justice, so non-justice. Just say it. Just say non-justice, because that's what it is.
That's an everyday squabble between progressives and moderates in the party. The shocking part came next. And this is the quote from Biden. I challenge you, find today when you turn on the stations, sit on one station for 2 hours. And I don't know how many commercials you'll see, 8 to 5, 2 to 3 out of 5 have mixed race couples in them. That's not by accident. They're selling soap, man, Biden said to a laughing crowd in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Not a joke, he added.
What was his point there?
I don't know.
Mixed race couples are dirty.
That there are mixed race couples in commercials now?
It's a weird stance to take, but all right.
we should have more mixed race couples in commercials because we need to sell more soap.
But it sounds like he's complaining because there's mixed race couples.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
It does. But then again, are you really?
He's an old school Democrat.
Are you really expecting sense out of Joe Biden though?
Hey, when Murder, She Wrote cuts to commercial, he doesn't want to see no, miscegenation in there. Seeing mixed-race couples on TV does not make America less racist. In fact, he pointed out what many black people have noticed for years. America has a high tolerance for black pain and a low tolerance for black joy. In other words...
What?
You heard him. Or her.
Them.
What?
Yeah, we like black pain, but we don't like black joy.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all just sitting around watching Roots all day. The Toby scene is our favorite.
In other words, many industries rather make blackness approachable by pairing it with a white person. See, it's okay. There is no need to fear my dear white consumer. She is black, but she is a good wife to this white man. Look at them smile.
Just as an aside, I looked it up. Black Joy's surname is Reed.
Stop it.
Let me be crystal clear. There is nothing intrinsically wrong with interracial couples.
Oh, intrinsically wrong. Go ahead. Get racist for me. Go ahead.
There's nothing intrinsically wrong with interracial couples. However, the bottom line is interracial couples are not the same as showing black loving relationships on screen.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, you racist sack of shit. Oh my fucking god. What in hell is wrong with you?
Okay, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I have noticed when I do that the breakup of couples in commercials is pretty diverse these days.
Yeah. The only reason I have a problem with that is because I don't like it when someone's pandering to me. I don't like it when someone is trying to manipulate the genetic makeup on the basis of getting all the races on the screen at the same time. I think that that's really kind of disgusting, and I think that and the problem is that it's been talked about so much now that whenever I see a black person on screen, I can't help but think that he was only put there because he was black.
Yeah,
I do the same thing. I play video games more than I watch TV, but every time there's a quote-unquote diverse character, I roll my eyes. It's like, oh yeah, I know why they made this character black or this character gay or whatever. And it could be that they just wanted a black character, but that's my instant reaction.
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm arguing with the notion in the article there that they only put on the black woman because there's a white guy there. There's black couples all over the fucking TV. What are they talking about?
Yeah, no, it's never gonna be enough. It's to me, this is the perfect example of the other day. I heard someone argue that CRT is not just whites black supremacy, or it's just white hatred towards white people. And honestly, when I hear arguments like this, I think that's total bullshit, because this is just hatred towards a white person. The black person should be with another black person.
Well, I mean, we had
race mixing.
well, we had an article on a previous episode, Monkey, you know, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, there was an article saying, you know, like, why did it have to be Falcon and Winter Soldier? Why can't it just be the black guy? like they're complaining that there has to be a white guy there.
Sounds right for today.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's an anti-white policy. And it's like, remember Black Panther, how they were celebrating an all black cast as being like the most diverse cast in history?
Yeah, that seems like an opposite of term.
Diverse just means non-white. If there's a white person there, that is considered to be a problem.
But no, diverse also means non-straight and non-male.
That's true. Commercials give an inside peek into American culture, but at this point, we do not see a mirror image. Biden hit on something true in his commentary. We do see many interracial couples on TV, and you know what? Research shows mixed racial couples are overrepresented on television advertisements. According
That's
to
why we need to get rid of whitey.
So are gays.
Yeah. Oh, okay, this name just sounds made up. According to Aaron Hackenmuller, Hackenmuller's study, advertisements are designed to influence ideas and relationships with others. So it matters that interracial couples are overrepresented. It sends a clear message. Mixed couples are preferred. Mixed-race couples should not be a substitute for a genuine representation of black-loving relationships.
Wait. So the same ideology that said there should be more black people on the screen because my representation is now giving me a statistical argument. There aren't this many interracial couples in real life. Therefore, this is some sort of no. This is the opposite of what you were arguing a minute ago. Because if there were less sorry, it just broke my brain so hard I can't even formulate the correct sentence.
Let's see. But American advertising still has a long way to go before it calls itself representative of the real world. Advertisers want to help companies seem culturally competent, but executives...
Okay. I just came up with it. If they want to be representative of the real world, those commercials would have far more white people in them. Because that is the makeup of America. It is mostly white people.
And that's
Sorry,
right.
but that would be considered representative. What you are arguing for is non-representative. So get the fuck over yourself.
What you're arguing for is literal violence.
Yeah.
Let's see. But executives pairing a black man with a white woman, I notice black is capitalized, but white isn't, to make him more socially acceptable is dangerous. Moreover, it begs to question, when will black people be enough on our own? In the aftermath of the Tulsa race massacre, black people needed a white sponsor to leave internment camps. In 2021, black people should not need a white cosigner to get on TV or show black love.
Black love.
Black love. For Christ's sake, your love is just love. It is not special. It is not special in any way, even though it has two black people instead of two white people, or one
Jack.
black person white. It's just love.
Stop being racist, Jack.
Oh my
No.
god.
No,
Just
it involves No, black love involves like a basketball and grits or something.
And fried chicken. Never forget the fried chicken.
And
Yes.
watermelon.
Unfortunately, what Biden sees as progress, many black people see as erasure.
They were a shit band.
Yeah, exactly.
I
What the
hope
fuck
you
does this
get a
have anything to
raise.
do with them?
I hope that God sticks out his thumb and smushes you down and wipes you off like the fly that you are, because you are human scum.
We know what Biden meant. If advertisers were selling soap and decided to include an interracial couple, they are obviously sending a message. That message being, black people are getting opportunities in the world of advertising. However, black people exist in small towns and big cities completely separate from white people.
Now, is this completely forgetting all the commercials that we already see out there with almost all minorities and very few white people?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen a black person on TV.
That's true. That's true. My bad. My bad. Sorry. After all, this is a racist country. You know.
I'm just, and I won't lie, I do have a personal connection to this because I have been in interracial relationship in the past, and I have family members who are in interracial relationships, and this is just really fucking typical. This is really fucking typical. You can't have if you want the diversity boxes ticked, guess what? An interracial couple is a diversity box.
So, Jack,
That's a diversity box.
how long has your family been racist? Because this is the first time hearing of this.
Yeah, if you're in an interracial couple, Jack, you're a white supremacist.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is just a black supremacist. Sorry, keep going.
Then she talks about her high school. All right. What Biden doesn't understand is it wouldn't matter if advertisers were selling grape jelly. The bottom line is, companies want all the glory of being anti-racist without embracing the individual representation of black people. So they support BIPOC as a collective, but not black people when it's one-on-one. Interracial.
I might have missed it, but did she give the statistics on how many black people are in commercials?
Nope.
Not that I've seen.
All right.
No,
Statistics
that
are
would
white
be-
supremacy.
Yeah, evidence is white supremacy.
Interracial couples need to be seen, but there is a serious problem with thinking their presence solves representation. It absolutely doesn't. And the same goes for the predominance of mixed women in beauty advertisements. Advertisers systematically skip over dark-skinned, brown-skinned women for someone whose race is hard to pin down. Kassira Copes explored this phenomenon in her article published on Momentum. She described the role colorism plays in advertisement decisions. But once again, no one is saying light-skinned women don't deserve their day in the sun. But from the other side of the brown paper bag test, it seems that black women's day will never come.
What the hell is the brown paper bag test?
But I
Probably
just
some
like
bullshit she made up.
light-skinned people spend more time in the sun, so they stop being light-skinned people. They get a tan. It's a self-solving problem.
Now, would tan be capital T?
I would hope so. Otherwise, it's racist.
And there's an X in there somewhere.
Oh,
Yes,
TXN.
TXN.
Tixon.
Alright, I'm just gonna skip to the conclusion. Lastly, someone needs to tell Biden that interracial couples on commercials do not make America any less racist. It just proves advertisers evolved. Doesn't that mean they're less racist? Biden's comments...
Back in the day, a white man or white woman who was dating a black man or woman would get lynched right along with him. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, wasn't there like that movie Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Like that was the whole conflict of the movie.
Yes.
Was an interracial couple.
And nothing's changed.
But now it's coming into your home directly from the companies themselves, but it's not less racist.
No.
This shit is stupid.
It's
Welcome to the show.
I mean, it's all just evidence that all of their moral posturing is purely self-interested. It is purely self-interested. If it's a black person, they're arguing for more black representation because they personally want more opportunities. If it's a woman, they're arguing for feminism because they want more opportunities. None of this is actually morally consistent. It's all just people trying to get their gives.
Let's see. Biden's comments make white Americans feel warm and fuzzy inside about the status of American commercials. But that feeling does not represent black people.
Okay.
After Biden dropped the ball on reparations, refusing to advocate for restorative justice, he needs to know interracial couples on TV are not our consolation prize.
They don't involve you at all, stupid.
No, she's a victim of them. She takes damage every time she sees one.
I wonder if it would be helped if Joe Biden changed his name to Joe BIPOC. I wonder if that would smooth things over a bit.
It might be just what that will cure everything right there.
Yes. All right, and with the end of the first article comes the first game, and that game is called Sad Libs.
Yay.
This is the one where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out one word, and you guys have to fill in that one word Mad Lib style. And then the chat gets to vote on which one is the best. All right, so Jack, I need a plural noun.
How about this? Chunks.
All right.
I want to see what happens with it. I want to make it ambiguous enough that your mind can do things with it.
Well, maybe you'll be lucky and it'll be about peanut butter. All right. Moonshock and activity.
Lynching.
There you go.
All right. Terry and adjective.
I'll just go dirty. I think that's a very versatile word.
Terry's gonna win.
Yeah,
All
probably.
right, and monkey, I need a noun.
Testicle.
Very interesting.
I just looked around until I saw something.
Hopefully it was yours. All right. So let's see. And Jax is... I was ashamed of my moist chunks. Here's what I learned.
I like it.
Moist. Oh, God.
I think that's a good name for a feminist, is moist chunks.
Mhm. Moist chunks. Wow.
That sounds so fucking wrong.
All right, and Moonshock. It wasn't rough sex gone wrong. It was lynching.
Wow.
I mean, I could see how the two could get confused. Yeah. All right.
Poor David Carradine.
All right. Terry's transitioning out of COVID while black, dirty, and queer.
That dirty works perfectly.
All right. And Monkey, should every black adult own a testicle?
I think Monkey wins.
And I'll start the poll. Instructions on how to vote are up on the screen.
Ashamed of my moist chunks.
I think it's between Jack and Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I do like moons though.
It wasn't rough sex. It was lynching.
No, Moonshock was good. I just think that Jack and Monkey were like the two standouts by far.
You can't go wrong with testicle.
Every black man should own one.
Looks like Jack's in the lead so far.
So is it possible for someone in the audience to vote twice? Because Kiva Dam is a bit worried that she might have done that by mistake.
I don't think it lets you. I think if you try, it'll say you already voted.
Now, Monkey, what you need to do is title your Monkey in the Morning. Should every black man own a testicle?
Testicles for all.
All right, and the winner with 3 votes is Jack Gensky.
Yay!
Rigged.
Rigged.
So fucking wrong.
Moist chunks.
I
was
may have to call that my stream tomorrow on Sunday.
That was a good sad lib. Here's $5. All right. And now on to our second article. Keep queer spaces of color diverse.
Oh, is this the one with that goddamn flag? Yep.
You mean
Wait,
that beautiful,
read that
majestic
again?
flag? Keep queer spaces of color diverse.
Aren't they by definition?
No, they're the exact opposite. They're non-diverse. Because if you're in a queer space of color, that means that you are necessarily both queer and of color.
Yeah, but with modern...
Modern vernacular, then yes, it is.
Well, the space
right.
is queer and of color, but we don't know about the people.
If there are white people in a place of color, it ceases to be a space of color.
Yes. The white people do infect everything with their presence. That's true.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're a disease.
LGBTQ spaces that are frequently visited by people of color serve a much bigger purpose than just partying. My first time visiting Woody's, because of course it's called Woody's,
Of course.
was in the summer of 2015. I had just turned 20.
Steakhouse. Sorry.
I had just turned 21 that year and was home for...
Get in the corner.
Oh, thanks for the subscription, Seth H. My friends and I made the drive to Philadelphia to go to the LGBTQ bar of the city. Woody's was right in the middle of the gayborhood, a gay village in the a gay village in the city where the streets and signs are proudly showing rainbow flags. It was the place to be on the weekends, and the first time I was going to a bar that was centered around my existence. It did not disappoint.
They literally think they're the center of the universe. They just said it.
Yeah, that's pretty arrogant right there.
Once I moved into the city, I regularly went to Woody's. I felt safe there and could always count on having a good time.
If it was a gay bar, shouldn't it be WOODIES, like plural Woodies, as opposed to a contraction?
Well, no, it's insinuated. It's not a direct statement.
I would bring my straight friends, I got news for you, they're not your straight friends, to the bar and friends who were visiting the city for the weekend. If we weren't going to Woody's to have a good time, then I wasn't sure it was going to be a good weekend. However, the more I visited Woody's, the more I started to pick up on how it was primarily a white space.
Oh my god.
White space? You mean there are places with white people in them?
Oh my god!
But white got a capital letter, so there's progress being made.
The music was overwhelmingly pop and EDM. The servers and bouncers were white, and the people who attended were mainly white. The only spaces reserved for people of color were upstairs in the smallest room of the bar. Woody's
reserved. Wait. Reserved for people. What the hell does that even mean?
I'm sure it was a sign that said. Yeah, I'm sure it was a sign that said colored entrance or something.
Yeah.
Jesus, does this person hear the words that are coming out of their mouth and how ridiculous it sounds? And
as long as they got their own drinking fountain, I think it's all fine.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet he just means that there was one room that played like hip hop music, and he considers that the black room?
Yeah.
Probably.
Or there's one room that has a few black people in it, and they are all sticking together, so it's their room.
I wonder if photography is considered especially woke, because they work a lot in dark rooms. So
Yeah, but they're colored red, so it's racist
Yeah.
against Native Americans.
You don't
True.
want the blacks mixing with the reds for some
Woody's
reason.
Woody's also owned a nightclub across the street called Voyeur, and it was a similar setup. These were the LGBTQ bars of the city, and they catered towards the wants and needs of gay white men. Once I realized that, I avoided both of the spaces.
Not racist, by the way.
No,
Yeah.
I started to frequent another gay bar called Taboo, which was 1 block away from Woody's. It was initially in an older building that desperately needed renovations done to it, and was the exact opposite of Woody's and Voyeur. There were no flashing lights, dancers, or several floors. There was just the main bar that was frequented by a diverse group of people. It became a space for people of color, and the patrons respected it for being inclusive.
By not letting white people in.
Well, yeah, how else are you supposed to be inclusive? Let's see. Regardless of its appearance, people went there to feel included. By 2019, they had outgrown the building they were in and moved to a much bigger space just a few houses down. Taboo now had 3 floors plus a deck and looked much nicer from the outside. Even more so, it became the spot for queer people of color. As Woody's and Voyeur became straighter and whiter, Taboo held firm in its mission to be a space reserved for queer people.
And how exactly did it go about doing that? Did they say no whites allowed in here?
Well, I think the easiest thing they did was to have a naked man at the entrance. If you get hard and you're a man, you're allowed in. They have to make sure you're gay, otherwise it can't be a good gay bar.
Didn't this guy say he brought his straight friends to the gay bar?
Oh, that was,
Yes, but I'm sure he realized his mistake.
All right.
Let's see. Even now lost my place. All right,
I'm going to take a guess here and say that the next thing that happens is that white people start going to the black people gay bar of their own volition. And how dare they? How dare white people poison my beloved bar with their alabaster skin?
Yeah.
There goes the gayborhood.
Yeah.
Entering Taboo felt like entering a true safe space where you were going to be accepted regardless of how you presented. That was until the pandemic hit. With COVID restrictions coming to an end in most of the city, the people entering Taboo have begun to change. Rather than entering a space that feels truly diverse, it is starting to resemble other gay bars in the area. It is becoming whiter and straighter.
Uh-oh.
Straight women are beginning to have their bachelorette parties there, and gay white men are beginning to frequent the place like they do Woody's and Voyeur. There's nothing wrong with gay white men and straight white women entering spaces meant to be diverse. But at what point does it become a space that only listens to their needs and wants? When you have privilege, you tend to be given more space, and this impacts your awareness of how much space you are taking up.
You had privilege. You had a bar all to yourself that Whitey wasn't allowed in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's
the
different.
distribution of privilege.
No, that's totally different because of systems or something.
Exactly.
White people have a tendency to avoid reading the room. Rather, they take up space and make it their own.
Again, not racist.
White people
talking. Imagine just talking about another human being in such a term as to make them sound like a non-entity, to make them sound like they're just not human beings. Like they're a disease.
But they're white.
It's sickening. It's really sickening.
White people entering a...
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, and JB is right. This author is an idiot. Sorry.
I don't know what you're talking about. White people entering a queer space of color feels like us giving in to their needs rather than the other way around. Just the other weekend, I was in Taboo when a gay white man felt the need to explain to me why the gender-neutral bathroom door needed to be shut. I explained to him that it was not necessary, as I have been in here many times, and he still proceeded to mansplain to me how dangerous it was for the women in the bathroom. Little interactions like these seem innocent until you realize it was whiteness forcing its rules onto yet another space of color.
To close the bathroom door.
Yes. Closing the bathroom door is oppression.
It's a bar. There's food and drink in there, you nasty motherfucker.
Everybody knows black people leave the bathroom door open. It's part of their culture.
And then they started talking about other white rules, like washing your hands after you take a shit.
Spaces like Taboo exist because queer spaces aren't all that welcoming to people of color. Most gay bars center their environment around the needs and wants of gay white men, and queer spaces of color need to remain diverse so that queer people of color can proudly celebrate themselves, make other friends, and find a safe space for them to feel accepted and comfortable in. Queer spaces of color exist so that truly everyone can feel welcome, except whites. It's not that...
I have a question. Who do you think is less accepting? Gay people of black people, or black people of gay people?
Or black people of Asians. It's not that white people are not welcome into these spaces. They are. It's that they need to understand how much space they take up while in them. Are you slowly but surely changing the space so that it aligns with your interest, or allowing it to be a place where everyone feels heard? As we celebrate LGBTQ Pride Month, it is important to keep that in mind. When queer spaces of color no longer feel welcoming to those who have supported them all along, then it just becomes another gay white space.
Damn, Whitey.
Fucking gays. Oh, wait.
So, if you go to a gay bar, no whites.
Is this author forming a distinction between gay and queer? Because as far as I can tell, there is no real definition to queer by their standards.
I don't know.
I've got to say, James Woods has become a lot less conservative since writing this article.
Yeah, he's also a lot darker. All right. And with the end of the second article comes the second game, which I call Poe or No.
Ugh, I'm terrible at this one.
Where I will give you 3 headlines, 2 of which are for medium and 1 I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up. So, headline A, the Special Education to Prison Pipeline. Headline B, do the Jews deserve a homeland? And headline C, you'll have to share why Juneteenth had to be during Pride Month.
First one's fake.
All right, and I'll start the poll so that the chat can get in on it.
I'm thinking C is fake. Because B sounds real. And A sounds totally absurd. Which is why C sounds the most medium crazy.
All right. What about the rest of you?
I want to say B for some reason.
My first instinct was B. I think I'll go C. I think C sounds silly enough. Yeah.
All right. And you said A, Monkey?
I'm going with A, yeah.
All right. I'll just give it a sec for the poll to finish up. Looks like the chat is leaning A.
And if it's not C, then Terry gets to blame me for being wrong.
But if you're right, you get another $5.
That's right.
All right. Well, the chat went with A. And the answer is C is fake.
Ah, good.
Boom! $5.
Jack is making a fortune tonight.
I
Mhm.
know. I've already got 10. $5. Maybe I'll go to the movies by myself.
Trading Places, great movie.
I would like to read Article B because that just sounds horrible.
God, yes.
I bet you it's gonna be a lot more even-handed than it lets on.
Probably, but it's a hell of a headline.
Yeah.
It is.
What they're missing is by Heinrich Himmler.
All right. And now on to our third article. Why do people say once you go black, you never go back?
Because it's
That
true.
shit is ruined.
Because they think that it's a compliment, but it's not.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, and it's Rebecca
Oh.
Stevens. It's it's one of our favorites.
Yes, who's culturally appropriating the hairstyle.
Oh no. Oh no. This isn't gonna be one of those articles.
Jack is going to be triggered as fuck in here, so just get ready.
That's a pussy.
That's true.
I
I'm. Oh,
I
sorry.
love how sad this black man looks.
He does.
Like I'm sure he's all depressed that like white women are supposedly love him.
Yeah.
He's just a one black face in a sea of black.
I'm expecting the single tear to roll down his cheek any moment now.
I think the least they could have done is get him to smile so you've at least got something in the picture you can see.
Oh. Once you go black, you never go back is a popular expression that means that once someone white sleeps with someone black, they will never want to sleep with another white person ever again. Implicit in this is that sex is so good with a black person that it becomes impossible to not keep coming back for more.
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with that one.
He does know that this is something black people say, right?
No, this is a woman.
Yeah, this is
Or,
Rebecca
okay,
Stevens.
She's a cunt.
This isn't some shit white people made up.
No, this oppresses black people. They all hate that saying.
Yeah. No black person has ever bragged about having a big dick. They hate that stereotype.
Yeah. As a result, that white person will crave sexual relations with black people for the rest of their lives. When white people say this, they think it's a compliment, and some black people take it as one. But if you deconstruct this further, you'll realize that nothing is flattering about it. It defines an entire group of people, black people in this case, as objects
Black
that
men, actually. Yeah, they can't even admit that it's only black men. I mean, realistically.
Oh yeah, I mean, women most affected. Black people in this case as objects that were created for the sole purpose of providing a constant stream of sexual pleasure to another group time and time again. Because of not...
Oh God.
Is something wrong, Monkey?
No, keep going.
Because of nonsense and totally unfounded stereotypes like these, white people fetishize and become obsessed with having sexual encounters with black people. According to the Collins Dictionary, a fetishist is a person who has a strong liking or needs for a particular object or activity to experience sexual pleasure. Notice the word object here. Every time once you go black, you never go back is uttered, it feeds the stereotype that black people are hypersexual, objects in existence only to be used for sex.
It's fucking retarded.
Mhm.
I don't know, it makes complete sense to me. This goes on to dehumanize us and establishes our identities as things devoid of feelings and emotions. And when we get to
This
this
is a black woman?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm hearing here? I'm hearing she hooked up with a black guy and he's mad because he doesn't have that big dick, and she's out there defending her man. Look, not all of them have big dicks.
I took it the other way. I took it as like, damn white bitches stealing my men. It's like,
Yeah,
stop
see, that's what I
fetishizing-
was thinking.
Stop
Yeah.
fetishizing my guys that I want to hook up with.
Yeah.
And now, because see, then the stereotype is still kind of nice to him.
Yeah, true.
Well, yeah, but she lost her man because of it, so she considers it harmful.
Nah,
Yeah.
she hooked up with somebody with a little weenie.
And when we get to this place, it becomes dangerous for us to exist in the world because we are seen as subhuman.
Oh my god.
When somebody thinks you have a big dick, it becomes dangerous in the world.
Yes. Saying once you go black, you never go back is dangerous.
I mean, it does kind of sound like kidnapping, but otherwise,
Our lives no longer matter.
oh, fuck you.
Jesus Christ. Why does everything, every tiny minutia of life have to devolve into worse than Hitler now? Every single thing is worse than Hitler. And it doesn't matter what it is, because they'll just say that's worse than Hitler. Oh, well, you said that what's a common idiom? You could probably take any idiom and just turn it into something racist. Like you do on this show.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah. Exactly. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, apples are red. And so we know that this is discriminatory against the Asian Americans. And so an apple a day keeps the doctor away is racist and will literally cause the death of us all.
No, the Native Americans are dying out because they don't have proper medical care because the doctors stay away from them. And they're red like apples.
No, I think it's just that they think apples are a substitute for medical care because of that idiom. And so lots of insert minority aren't getting the medical care they need because this idiom has given them, fake news about the medical benefits of apples.
Or maybe it's to do with Indians from India becoming doctors at such a high rate, and so it's a commentary about keeping the red people away.
Throw in something about QAnon and you got yourself an article.
Yeah.
True.
The fixation on our sexuality robs us of the many layers of our identities. Yes, we are black, but we are not only black.
Try telling the activists about that.
We can be black and an astrophysicist with a love for fine red Bordeaux wines and a passion for Aston Martin cars. We can be black and an airline pilot with an interest in the Hanging Gardens of Babylon or the Taj Mahal. We can be black and a painter who loves the Mediterranean coast and the volcanoes of Iceland. We might all be black in terms of skin color, but in terms of personality, we are all unique. We are not sex objects. We cannot all be put into one basket defined by stereotypes confectioned by a white supremacist culture in its quest to make believe that it is superior to us.
Does she have a dick?
Maybe.
I have never in my entire life, 46 years old now, heard once you go black, you never go back about a black woman.
No.
It's true.
And I like how once you go black, you never go back is a product of white supremacy.
Yeah.
White supremacy is saying that blacks are better.
You're objectifying me. Shut up, bitch.
Stop putting us all into the same category, you white supremacist.
My pussy sucks, y'all.
Yeah. That's the biggest message I'm getting from this is that no man wants to put up with her shit.
She is bad in bed.
The truth is that black people do not possess mystical or magical sexual prowess or powers.
No, nobody said they did. It's all a dick joke, you silly bitch.
I'm pretty sure they're magical. Yeah. All right.
There's my wand. Blow on it.
There is not a single evidence-based study that gives any credence to this ludicrous theory of the sexual superiority of black people.
It's not sexual. It's literally a dick joke.
So that's offensive, Monkey.
She heard the dick joke and said, "Give me a study to back it up."
God damn.
Yeah, well, how many chickens actually crossed the road?
Black people are the same as white people. Some are good in bed and some are not. It is not your skin color that makes you a good lover. There is still a lot of education that needs to be done to erase some of the more stubborn stereotypes that have been thrown our way since the dawn of time. Stereotypes that say that black men have larger penises than white men, or that black women have an insatiable sexual appetite, are based on purposely white supremacy engineered myths that correlate over sexuality to lesser intelligence. Why the hell would white supremacy start a myth that black guys have bigger dicks?
Because statistically, they usually do.
No, because as they just explained, it's to correlate over-sexuality with lesser intelligence. So by saying black guys have big dicks, you're also saying they have small brains. That's why it's racist.
I still maintain that Medium is just a collective therapy journal. And that everyone
I
here
think
is...
it's a gold mine.
So
It's just... Oh, sorry.
this is the equivalent of white people saying about themselves that they have a great personality.
Anyone who has a great personality is probably... That's the nicest thing you can say about them because there's nothing else there.
I'm just imagining like a KKK rally and they're all holding up signs that says we have small dicks.
Well, they kind of are.
They don't have small dicks, they have malformed dicks.
Yes.
Again, these were intentionally created to portray black people as being inferior.
Mm-hmm.
We need society to help us undo the millions of lies that have been told about black people for centuries. But that will only happen when people are willing to learn and to listen. That is the reason why I write, to help in this education process.
God help anyone who's got her for a teacher.
To recount my journey of how it feels to be a black woman in today's world. I've heard once you go black, you've never go back many times. It took me a while to no longer consider it a compliment. I used to equate it to meaning when you go black, you become an ally to black people.
It's literally a dick joke.
No, Monkey, there has to be more to it.
Oh, this fucking hurts.
I realized all too soon that this was not the case. White people can still be racist and engage in sexual relationships with black people. We need to steer clear of a single narrative for blackness that solely focuses on our sexuality. There are as many narratives and personal stories as there are black people in the world. It's easy to get seduced by stereotypes which, like fast food, can be consumed easily without inducing any critical thinking. Push yourself.
You know what this is like? This is like the humongous lady. Remember, I think Zarna Joshi.
Zarna Joshi, yes.
Yes, the humongous lady. Humongous what?
Yeah.
This is that. This is just like that. It's someone taking a joke and deriving some sort of bizarre interpretation out of it, so that they can get victim points.
No, Zarna Joshi was being attacked by that man.
Yeah.
Push yourself to go beyond stereotypes. Push yourself to be curious and get to know people for who they truly are, rather than believing pernicious overgeneralizations about the groups that they belong to. Thank you for reading my perspective.
Go fuck yourself.
Anytime.
Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
Look at the size of my dick.
No, don't look at the size of my dick.
I've never seen somebody take a dick joke that seriously. Jesus fucking Christ. Like,
Yeah, that's like the nth degree of taking that little. That's just stupid.
a fucking joke that was made up by black guys.
I want to
White
see her.
supremacist black guys, Monkey.
Yeah, well, you got that internalized white supremacy.
Yes.
Let's Sorry, to Howletzer in chat. I hope this word salad is just an opinion piece. These are all opinion pieces. They're from a website called Medium, and nothing serious has ever come out of that website.
Now, this is
Except for
certified
Nico.
fact. This is certified fact. And if
I don't
you
know, they
disagree, you're negating their lived experience.
I could see this being published in the Washington Post these days.
That frontline news right there.
All right. And now it's time for the last game of the night. And that's Poe or No Gender Edition.
This is my favorite.
Oh, Jack will win this one.
where I give you 3 genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, and 1 I made up. And you have to figure out which one is made up. And I'll even give you a short description of each gender.
And just to clarify, he means which one is made up by him. They're all made up.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know, last week I gave, or last episode I gave you like a theme. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not going that easy on you this time.
Oh no.
All right. So, gender A. Nutella gender. A food
What?
gender. A food gender associated with the flavor or texture of Nutella hazelnut spread.
Oh, dear God. Why?
Gender B.
Okay, that one's real.
60 FPS plus gender.
What? Oh my God.
A term for a xenogender where someone's gender is felt like it is a 60 FPS game or video.
Oh my God. My brain hurts.
I hope that one's real.
And
So do I.
C, Costco gender. A wholesale gender. A wholesale gender where someone feels that their gender is strongly associated with the Costco Wholesale Corporation.
Oh no.
I am calling it now. They're all fake.
Mm.
Made every one of those up. I don't trust you.
Oh
Well-
God.
Fuck.
All right, and I'll start the poll so that the chat can get in on this.
Wow. This is like gender edition hard mode.
I told you I wasn't going easy on you this time.
Nutella gender sounds the most real out of all of them.
Can I have the 3 of them again?
All right, there's A, Nutella gender,
Uh-huh.
B, 60 FPS plus gender, and C, Costco gender.
I'm going to go Costco.
All right.
I don't want to. I want to say all, but
Yeah,
Costco.
I'm going to agree.
All
I'm
right.
going Nutella gender because I think it's the most normal sounding, which means it's the one that he made up as a
The
bluff.
fuck? That's the most normal sounding?
Of the three,
Out of the 3,
Okay.
I'm gonna say that he did the opposite. He went for the most crazy sounding one he could possibly think of. I'm gonna go B because fuck it.
All right, and it looks like the chat went with C. All right, so the answer is Nutella gender is fake.
Oh my God.
Called it.
Good call. Good call.
What'd you
That's
do? Have
right.
like a jar of that shit next to you? And you're like, intelligent. Okay.
Oh, I actually had a really hard time trying to think of something that sounds stupid enough to
It's also not
rival
already
these.
on there. Because
Uh,
like testo gender is a real gender according to the wiki, so that gives you an idea of like it's hard to
Yes.
think of something that isn't already on there.
How can you?
I'm just imagining Idiocracy with them going to Costco and the guy.
Welcome to
at the front
Costco. I love you.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Pathetic bastard. Big old apron or a bib on that has his face on it.
you are
I'm-
insulting someone's gender right now.
But I'm glad I finally found my gender. I am 60 FPS plus gender. I just didn't know that was a thing until this stream opened my eyes. So
Shit, I'm so white. I need like 120 FPS plus gender.
So when Terry's playing a game that only
Wait.
runs at 30, that's actual violence.
yes, it is.
Oh my god.
What were you about to say, Monkey?
The FPS was video game, not sunscreen, right?
Oh,
Yes.
SPF. Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
SPF. My bad.
No,
Just
it's
confused me
FPS.
there for a second.
Yeah, when I first saw that, I was thinking SPF, but like, no.
It specifically said video or game.
Yes.
Video gender. Oh my god.
All right.
Which is why the one-ton hammer is very sensitive to my needs. He always streams 4K, 60 frames a second. Not for any reason. He just likes the fact that he can. But as a 60 FPS plus gender, I really appreciate the lengths that he goes to for my benefit.
Terry, how do you survive 6's streams?
Well, it's very traumatic, but you know.
Man, I'm here if you need me.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, 6 is 5 FPS gender. Check your privilege.
All right. And now time for the last article of the night, which also introduces a buzzword that I haven't heard before, but I really like.
God.
Is the pride flag homo nationalist?
Nice.
Homo nationalist.
That's
Yes.
like homo gender.
Homo
Oh.
nationalist.
Fuck
Wait.
those commie queers. What?
Wait, so white nationalism is the notion of putting all the white people in the same country, and so it's just a country full of white people.
Uh-huh.
So presumably, homo nationalists would be making a country full of homosexuals.
Which is exclusive to bisexuals, pansexuals, and all the other plus in the LGBTQIA
So
family.
it would literally be a country full of people who don't reproduce.
Yes.
Oh my god.
They can reproduce, they just won't like it.
That's true.
Are we putting a rainbow face on what are fundamentally oppressive and violent institutions?
Sure.
As of today, the U.S. Embassy at the Vatican is flying the pride flag, and while this is progress, of course it's triggering conservatives all over the world, it is also part of a larger pattern of empire building.
Oh God.
The homo empire.
Hence the title of the stream.
Oh my god.
Oh dear God.
There are many ways the U.S. empire co-ops liberation movements to further its own global dominance. One way is through homo nationalism, coined and defined by Jasbir Puar in 2007 as the apparent embrace of LGBTQIA+ rights by mostly Western nations. It's a form of
Wait,
virtue.
mostly Western?
Yes.
All right.
For some
So-
reason,
so-
they don't like it in the East. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what would you prefer as the alternative? That would you rather we be one of the Eastern countries that has certain liberties they take with homosexuals?
They have rooftop events every now and then.
Yeah, free flying lessons.
Better learn quick.
It's a form of virtue signaling first spotted in the context of the U.S. War on Terror, where the United States for the first time presented itself as exceptionally queer-friendly in contrast to homophobic Muslim nations. This oversimplified in-group, out-group dichotomy is still used in the framing of the Israel-Palestine conflict.
Look, everyone knows
what?
the Muslims love gays.
Yeah. We all know that Muslim nations have such tolerant laws about gay people.
Well, was it Iran or Saudi Arabia gives free transition surgeries?
Iran.
Iran. There you go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Very,
and,
very progressive.
Yeah, and wasn't Muhammad like the first feminist?
Yeah.
But just because
They-
those transition surgeries are forced on gay people doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Come on.
No. It's free transition surgery. Let's
That's
run
right.
with that. It's the headline.
and
And
there's nothing else to it.
And the gay people there are diverse.
Yeah.
Well, they are brown.
Mhm.
But homo nationalism also manifests in subtle ways. It's changing. It doesn't have to look like gays for Trump, and it doesn't have
It's
to only come
evolving.
from and it doesn't have to only come from conservative people. It sounds like they're describing a xenomorph or something.
It does.
Now
It's turning into Charizard.
Now the liberal president of the United States tells trans children they matter and can absolutely serve in the military. Wonderful. Now the White House encourages pride flags to be flown at all its embassies. The U.S. is a beacon, after all. Progress sells, like the CIA-funded Advancing American Art exhibitions after World War II. Being the leading edge helps sell occupation and builds a proud nation.
Oh,
should be-
God.
We should be proud
I
of-
just realized what this a he or a she. Dumbass is saying here. Go ahead. Okay.
We should be proud of how far we've come. Have pride.
But
As Puar puts it, homo nationalism is a discursive tactic that disaggregates U.S. national gays and queers from racial and sexual others.
time out. U.S. national gays and queers. Sounds like we have a regiment of them running around. These are our official queers over here.
Yeah, like,
Just imagine like army uniforms that are in pink,
Yes.
and then they're like running limp-wristed around the place.
squad, camp it up. Yeah, like you know how in the Civil War we had the 54th, the specific black regiment. Well, it's the same with the gays.
Help me set up my tent pole. That was wrong. I apologize.
Mhm.
Let's see. It's a discursive tactic that disaggregates U.S. national gays and queers from racial and sexual others, foregrounding a collusion between homosexuality and American nationalism that is generated both by national rhetorics of patriotic inclusion and by gay and queer subjects themselves.
Someone got a thesaurus for Christmas.
No shit.
Well, I mean, if you don't understand it after that, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Patriotic inclusion. This
I
exceptionalism.
like my English majors a little bit more like Jack Cochran than this.
Yeah.
This exceptionalism sounds similar to how Tim Wise describes the creation of whiteness. Always give
I can't stop
disenfranchised.
laughing. I'm sorry. This is so fucking retarded.
I don't
Mhm.
know. This is incredibly serious, Monkey. Please be professional. Always give disenfranchised people a reason to feel superior to others. Wise, it was a trick and it worked brilliantly.
Oh, okay. All right. Take your ass to one of those countries where you think that gays do have it better. Please.
Queer rights get absorbed into the human rights industrial complex. We see
The
this.
fuck now? What? The human rights industrial complex.
Yeah.
This is like turning. It's like my brain has a blender in it, and it's just mixing up with all these bizarre terms, and I don't understand it.
It's those
If they
evil
say
Americans.
critical gay theory, I'm gonna lose it.
It's those evil Americans and their human rights.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You feel better because you treat people nice. Fuck you.
What is going on?
We see this in purple washing and so-called feminationalism, as described by.
We don't see this. We've
What is
never
purple
seen
washing?
this before.
I'm guessing it's the gay version of whitewashing,
Okay.
as described by Sarah Ferris in her book "In the Name of Women's Rights." The
Women
US
should not be allowed to write books anymore.
Well, I think in the interest of fairness, purple washing is a link So just for the benefit of Monkey and anyone else confused by the term, we should do that article next.
I'll just open up the link to see. Oh, it goes to Wikipedia describing purple washing.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. It's used to describe a variety of political marketing strategies aimed at promoting countries, people, companies, and other organizations through an appeal to gender equality. Well, if that's
Okay.
not
What you
evil,
mean? So Pride Month?
if that's not evil, I don't know what is.
Purple washing. Good God.
Let's see.
They're trying to treat us all the same, those fuckers.
The U.S. military also uses feminist branding to sell occupation and violence. We are justified in perpetuity because the United States is a self-declared unique protector of modernity and women's rights. There's a great Citations Needed podcast episode on this. The U.S. is proud that women are now the CEOs of four out of the country's 5 biggest military contractors. That women now literally run the military-industrial complex. Feminationalism, homo-nationalism, and rainbow capitalism are all related.
Rainbow capitalism. Look, I understand that part and what they're saying and the nonsense about every, like Skittles right now with their white bag. Only one rainbow matters this month. That shit is retarded, but not as retarded as this article.
It's like the idiots are. The idiot is arguing with other idiots idiotically.
Yeah, this shit is just insane.
Although the Pentagon and U.S. military bases still won't fly pride flags, or any unofficial flags for that matter,
They shouldn't be.
It's homophobic. They will participate in pride events and are very proud to point out that the worldwide icon of Pride Month was created by an Army veteran. Well, here we go, pink washing. Still, when the pride flag was projected onto the White House in June 2015, following the Supreme Court ruling in favor of same-sex marriage, it was a spooky sight. Was it installation art? That's cool, but it's hard not to see the White House through that rainbow light. The 2 patterns overlay and a third pattern, a moire of interference pattern emerges. Homo-nationalism also involves pink washing, or using the nation's progressive morality as a way to cover up all the evil it continues to commit.
You don't even know what a moire pattern is. What business do you have talking about it?
The use of any pride flag to promote state violence is, on one level, a perversion of what those colors originally stood for. It should inspire rebellion.
Dick sucking? Oh.
It should inspire rebellion. Pride is about solidarity and resistance, right? The flag
I thought it was about being proud to be gay.
Nah, it's about resistance and rebellion.
And rebellion, yeah, I caught that.
About whatever the fuck you want it to be about.
The
Whatever
flag
is most politically convenient at this very second, that's what it's about.
The flag should be a fist, or it should be a brick. Maybe it shouldn't resemble Old Glory or be associated with the White House at all. Maybe those things drag it down.
Here, here. Oh.
The thing is that the author is saying things that, in a very abstract way, I kind of agree with, but they're saying it in such a perverse way that I'm just like, I can't be seen agreeing with you, you psychopath.
Or do they raise it up? Is this also strategic failure?
Oh, God.
When we are talking about homo-nationalism, I don't think we are talking about Harry Styles draping a pride flag over his microphone, or Lady Gaga carrying one on stage. We are not talking about why people incorporate the rainbow colors as flair or to signal that they are allies or even queer themselves. That's all beautiful. When individuals use the pride flag, that's one thing. When entire nations use the pride flag, or when Raytheon Missiles and Defense use it in their promotional materials, that's homo-nationalism.
Okay, so I think that what you're saying is you don't like being pandered to. Guess what? None of us like being pandered to either.
Now, Jack,
But-
you know that's not true.
But it's people like you that have created this scourge of pandering in every single facet of life. It's people like you who have created this problem, and now you're complaining about the problem in terms that you made up in the language of the problem that you created.
I did really like, I saw on Twitter, someone was saying, "Oh, you're wearing the rainbow. Thank you for embracing the promise between God and the people never to flood the earth again."
Wow.
That's true. They did steal it from Noah.
Yeah.
They appropriated it, if you will.
Exactly, yes.
Well, I think we all learned something.
He learned never to do this stream again.
That fucking hurt, seriously.
Yeah,
I'm not
thanks,
sure which is
Russell.
which. Which is worse, the black woman complaining that her dick's not big enough, or this woman, or what was it again? The queer thing here.
Homo nationalism.
Homo nationalism. That's what it was.
Well, it's written by a
Both
guy.
of them are entirely. Yeah, that's what you say. That dude loves Costco.
Yeah, but this person is basically saying they don't like being pandered to. And the
But-
integration. Oh, sorry.
And I don't mean to interrupt there, but it goes different than that because they also are basically bashing the United States in doing so. How dare you suggest that you treat queer people better than anywhere else in the world? Even just because you do, you really shouldn't say it.
Well, no,
So-
I mean, to me, that's just like standard practice for people like this. It's just bash the United States whenever you can.
Well, you're right about part of it. There is that notion going around. I mean, they pander like fuck during Pride Month. And if I was gay, I would be offended as shit by it. I'm still waiting for Cripple Month so I can be offended, but we don't have that. But the other part, there's two things going on in that article, one of which does make sense. And I agree with you on that, Jack. And then the other part of it is like, are you drunk?
No, it's funny because this person comes up with like a third of it is a sentiment that I kind of agree with, and then you go back a couple articles to the race no race mixing guy,
Yes.
and about like an eighth of that article I agree with, insofar that what they're doing on these commercials is pandering to their audience.
Jack agrees there should be no race mixing. Everyone take note.
Yep.
And the thing is that these are little snippets of things that I can actually agree with, but then they surround it with this perversion of and the perversion is what caused this pandering in the first place. This insanity that they created on their own.
They demand to be catered or to pandered to. If
Yeah.
a company doesn't come out as gay enough during Pride, what do? How come you're not doing this?
Yeah.
How come you're not showing? They won't fly the Pride flag at a military base, even though they participate in Pride events. What, are you offended at the pandering or not? Pick one.
It kind of reminds me of Seinfeld, where Kramer's doing the AIDS walk. It's like, everyone's like, "Why aren't you wearing the ribbon?" It's like,
Yeah. I was
"Because
just
I don't
thinking
want
of
to."
I was just thinking of that, but I didn't think anyone would get the reference.
No,
No,
yeah.
I was thinking of the episode of The Simpsons where Lisa has to dress as a boy and go to the boys' school, and Seymour Skinner says that women are good at math, or no, women are worse at math than men, and so he's trying to fluster through this speech in order to just get through it in one piece, and then at the end he breaks down and says, "Just tell me what to say."
Yeah,
Because
no,
they
I know the one you mean.
Yeah. And that's what it's like. No matter what, if you go looking for a pattern and the end result of that pattern is you get offended, you will get offended. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you do, you will get offended. And this group of people, with the language that they have adopted, will always get offended no matter what you do. The only way to win is not to play.
Yeah, I mean, all the articles I've seen about, all the articles on like Medium and stuff like that about, corporations showing pride colors this month, they're all negative. They're
Yeah.
all saying, like, oh, you're just giving this, it's a term,
Lip service.
yeah, lip service, that's the one. You're just giving this lip service, but you're not actually, helping gay people, yada, yada, yada. So, like,
Well,
I don't know why, businesses bother, because they can't win with either side.
Well, I like the ones where they show, like, this company in the USA, rainbow. This country in England, rainbow. This country in Australia, rainbow. This country in Saudi Arabia, no rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was like,
I understand the corporate instinct to cater to these people, because corporations are very risk averse. And here we have a group of people who are saying, if you don't do what we say, then you will be offensive. And offensiveness is considered a risk. And so they will do anything to avoid being offensive.
So
But the thing is if you're spineless and you act that way, then they'll just demand more things, and you will never get anything from them. You will never get any kudos. You'll never get any head pats. You will just get more trouble. And the corporations don't understand this. And the second that they do understand this, this entire game is over. If they should ever catch on to the fact that they will never get anything out of these people, the social justice as we know it will effectively end.
I don't think they'll ever learn.
If I owned
They
a
might.
corpor-
They might not ever learn. Oh, sorry.
If I owned a corporation, I would just go all out and change my logo to like a dick going into an ass for the month. Like, just forget the pride stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I had for tonight, gentlemen. So, all right. But I think it was an informative evening. We all learned something.
Yes.
We're
I
all
learned
better.
my true gender.
We're all better people now. All right. So we'll be on again next week, same time, Friday, 11:30 p.m. EST. And I'll just shill my co-hosts. Jack Gunsky has Crippers United on Sundays at 7 p.m. EST. Moonshock has his Twitch channel where he streams games that aren't as good as Super Seducer, linked in the
Of course.
description. Terry Diamantis is on Johnny Hellcat streams, Della Hayes Minions of the Zoo Nights, Six is Sober streams, Crippers United, this. Is that everything?
That's everything.
Okay. And anything you want to shill, Monkey?
No, I'm good.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Monkey's on nothing.
I don't do anything.
He never streams.
Nope,
Never.
not at all.
Yeah.
Never seen the man stream a day in my life.
I decided I'd help him out and let him be on the show tonight,
I appreciate it.
Let this new up and comer
Yeah.
get the word out.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week. So long, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night. Take
Good
care.
night, everyone.